All right, welcome back for your business news now. I'm joined by Mike Eppel. I almost messed up your name. Mike Eppel, I know it. I only say it every day. Good morning to you, Mike.
Oh, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing all right, but honestly, I'm sure you were glued to your screens last night with everything that was happening in Ukraine, watching the nuclear power plant in Zaporizhia, and this indeed having a massive impact on the markets.
Well, look, anytime you see a headline related to a nuclear power plant with a fire and shelling going on, then in a war zone, yeah, the markets are not going to take kindly to that news. And the prevailing wisdom is to sell first and ask questions later. And that's pretty much what we're seeing this morning, Melanie, on major worldwide exchanges. Now, the discussion about this plant after the more we learn about it, it's built very differently than Chernobyl. Just the structure itself. The fire was in a training facility, not on the near the reactor buildings themselves. But and incidentally, the prevailing winds would actually blow any type of radioactive release back to Russia. But nevertheless, it is, Europe's largest power facility, and it's just an escalation of the war. So investors are looking at this going, okay, well, Ukraine has other nuclear power facilities that Russia will likely go after next for control, and we're just continuing to ratchet up the worry levels here, and the markets are selling off. I'm looking right now at European benchmarks down by 3% on average. The outlook for Wall Street has the Dow Jones dropping about 300 points at the start of trade this morning. And keep in mind, this week is already, and really the past several weeks, have seen massive daily swings. Volatility has been certainly the only consistent, I'd say, for stock markets of late. And then we turn, look, the price for gas this morning.
Oh, boy. Yes.
Never higher, right?
Yes, we have a live look at one of the stations here. Yeah.
Yeah, and just a remarkable week for commodity markets. In fact, if you look at a benchmark gauge of commodities, not just oil, but everything has gone up in value and price substantially this week by the most since the 1970s. Aluminum prices this morning at a record high. Agricultural commodities are at the highest levels we haven't seen in 14 years. So the inflation spiral to the upside here for pricing, it affects all of us. And it's going to be very interesting to see what this does to consumer trends. Let's face it, if it costs that much to fill up the gas tank, or some analysts are saying, look, we've been indoors for 2 years and people just want to get out and drive someplace or fly or go on vacation to wherever that may be. So it might just be willing to pay whatever, at least short term, to fill up the gas tank.
If they can afford it. Yeah.
If they can afford it, right? So this is, a very interesting dynamic, certainly, for the market.
Finally, for you, are you a big Costco person?
Yep.
You are. Okay, so you stock up, you buy like the 50-pack of toilet paper and the ketchup that's this big. Okay.
It's ridiculous. We had our own little corner store in our basement from Costco for parts of the pandemic. Look, this company. Yeah, this company is, one of the best performing retail brands. It's certainly, you can argue it benefited mightily from the pandemic restrictions. People lining up outside in freezing cold temperatures to go into a Costco. There you see it. I never thought I'd be doing that. And then you go in and it's kind of a joyless place when you really think about it, with everybody wandering around with masks on. But of late, Costco says that people are actually returning to stores. They weren't already. Anyway, Costco saw huge e-commerce sales, but people still like to wander around, right?
I'm not a Costco person, so can you tell me, did they bring back the samples? Because I loved that.
Months ago.
They did, okay. I don't go to Costco.
That was weird because it's like, do I really want to try a sample right now?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Wearing a mask and stuff, it's just... Anyway, it's for a time they had to rejig the sort of maze that you go through to space people out, and now it's all back to the way it was, and their sales hit $51 billion in the latest quarter, which was up year over year and substantial. This stock's gone up 60% in a year. for Costco.
Okay.
You know, think about that.
Hey, Mike, before you go, you know it's a big
Yes.
day today, right?
It is.
You
How?
know whose birthday it is today?
Whose birthday is it?
Frankie Ferragini's. No big deal.
No,
50.
is it?
50. No big deal.
Oh, my goodness.
You got a message for him? I know he's watching upstairs.
He's Frankie 5.0.
There it is.
Congratulations. Welcome to the club, my friend.
What do you get in the club?
Oh, huge recognition
Okay.
and joy.
All right. Enjoy. I don't know what that meant. Have a great
I don't
weekend,
either.
Mike. Take care.